The late afternoon sun hung low on the horizon, casting everything in a warm, golden glow. Jack Rayner sat astride his Harley at the intersection of Fifth and Main, his leather jacket catching the amber light. The traffic light glowed red against the honey-colored sky, and long shadows stretched across the pavement like dark fingers. He'd just left the annual charity ride for missing children, an event that meant more to him than most people knew. Years ago, his own niece had vanished for 3 terrifying days before being found. That helpless feeling never quite left him. As his engine rumbled beneath him, Jack noticed a gray van idling in the next lane. Nothing unusual, just another vehicle in the endless stream of rush-hour traffic. But something made him look twice. A small hand pressed against the dusty rear window, fingers splayed wide. Then, slowly, deliberately, those tiny fingers began to move across the glass, tracing letters in the grime. SOS. Jack's blood turned to ice. He leaned closer, squinting through the golden light. Behind that window, a little girl's terrified eyes locked onto his. She couldn't have been more than 7 years old. Her face was pale, streaked with tears, and in her eyes he saw pure, undiluted fear. She mouthed one word: help. The light turned green. The van's engine roared, and it lurched forward, speeding through the intersection faster than necessary. Jack's instincts screamed. This wasn't right. This wasn't a tired kid on a long drive. This was wrong. "This ain't right," he muttered into his helmet mic, twisting the throttle. His Harley roared to life, and he shot after the van. He kept his distance, following the taillights through the sun-drenched streets. His mind raced. He could be wrong. Maybe he'd misread the situation. But that little girl's eyes, that desperate SOS, it was real. He knew it in his bones. Jack pressed the button on his handlebar. "Brothers, I got something bad going down. White van, plate number 6XH792. Kid inside might be in danger. I'm heading east on Industrial Boulevard." The response was immediate. Dean's gruff voice crackled through. "On my way. 10 minutes out." Rico chimed in. "Copy that. Bringing backup." Miles. "I'm close. Stay with them, Jack." The Iron Sons were not a gang, not in the way people assumed when they saw the leather and the patches. They were veterans, fathers, men who'd seen enough darkness to recognize it when it appeared. They were brothers bound by something deeper than blood. The van veered off the main road into the industrial district, a wasteland of abandoned warehouses and rusted chain-link fences. The golden hour light painted everything in surreal beauty, making the desolation somehow more haunting. Long shadows stretched across cracked pavement, and dust particles danced in the amber beams. Finally, the van pulled into an empty lot beside a derelict warehouse. 2 men climbed out, their silhouettes dark against the glowing sky. The taller one, thin and wiry with a neck tattoo, checked his phone nervously. The other, stockier and balding, opened the rear doors slightly, speaking harshly to someone inside. Jack parked his bike 50 feet away and dismounted, walking toward them with measured steps. "Evening, boys," Jack called out, his voice calm but carrying an edge of steel. "That your kid in there?" The tall one sneered, squinting against the sun. "Back off, old man. This ain't your business." "She made it mine when she wrote SOS on that window." The men exchanged nervous glances. The stocky one's hand moved toward his jacket. "You're making a mistake, biker. Walk away." Then came the sound that changed everything. The deep, thunderous rumble of multiple engines approaching. One by one, the Iron Sons emerged from the golden haze, their chrome glinting like fire in the sunset. They formed a semicircle behind Jack, 10 bikers dismounting in perfect unison, their long shadows merging into an imposing wall. The kidnapper's bravado evaporated. The tall one fumbled for a knife, his hand shaking as the sun dipped lower, casting his face in harsh shadow. Jack raised his hand slowly. "Don't do something stupid. Police are already on their way. And, brother, my helmet cam's been recording since that red light." As if on cue, sirens wailed in the distance, growing louder. The stocky man bolted, disappearing into the shadowy alley between buildings. The tall one made a desperate dash for the van's driver's seat, but Rico's boot connected with his knee, sending him sprawling onto the dusty ground. Jack moved to the van's rear doors, smashing the lock with a wrench from his saddlebag. Her wrists were bound with zip ties, her eyes wide with terror but catching hope as the light flooded in. "You're safe now, sweetheart," Jack said softly, cutting her restraints with his pocket knife. "You did the right thing. You were so brave." He wrapped his leather jacket around her trembling shoulders. The girl whispered, "My name's Lily. They took me from the playground." Police cars flooded the lot, their lights flashing red and blue against the orange sky. Officers swarmed with weapons drawn. Jack calmly handed over his helmet cam to the lead detective. "Everything you need is on here, officer. The SOS, the chase, the abduction. The other one ran down that alley, heard him fall. Probably broke something." Within minutes, both kidnappers were in handcuffs. But the most powerful moment came when a car screeched into the lot, and a woman burst out screaming, "Lily, my baby!" The little girl broke free from Jack's arms and ran to her mother, both silhouetted against the setting sun. They collided in a desperate embrace, both sobbing uncontrollably. Lily's mother looked up at Jack, the golden light catching her tears. "How did you know? How did you find her?" Jack's weathered face softened in the warm glow. "She called for help. I just answered." The woman grabbed his hand, squeezing it tight. "Thank you for not looking away." The story went viral overnight. Biker gang saves kidnapped girl after spotting SOS sign. But Jack didn't do interviews. He returned to his garage, back to his quiet life of fixing bikes and taking care of his community. When Dean showed him the newspaper coverage calling him a hero, Jack just shook his head. Nah, just someone who didn't look away. Real heroes aren't born in stories. They're the ones who stop when others pass by. If you ever see a call for help, don't ignore it. One small act can save a life. If this story moved you, hit subscribe and join us for more true stories of courage, compassion, and karma. Your support helps us keep sharing real human moments where kindness always wins. Don't forget to like, share, and turn on notifications so you never miss another inspiring story.